What's good, guys? We're back at it again with another video. On the channel, I've come with different options. If, let's just say, I'm a high school senior and, I don't have that scholarship opportunity for the next year, what are my options? If I love basketball, I like it, I still want to play, right? So I came with the option, okay, you can go post-grad for a year and you can take that one season, that one little year and try and, get as good as you can, come back and play in these tournaments and then try and get that scholarship opportunity. Or you can try and be a walk-on. So in that video, I went through, okay, what does it take to be a walk-on? What are the ups and downs, the challenges? Because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Just what are the ins and outs of the walk-on process? As you see by the title, becoming a manager is that last option. Granted, it isn't a quote-unquote part of the team. You're not on the roster. But in the eyes of myself and most coaching staffs around the country, you still are a pivotal part of a college basketball program. Before we even get into the video, I want to say shout out, to some of my favorite managers going back to freshman year. Shout out Jamar, shout out Ben Max Shrim, shout out Ivan, shout out Ty Brooks, shout out Jordan, shout out Chase. I know I'm missing a lot more. Shout out Quan. I've had a whole lot of managers, over my college basketball career. But I'm making this video so everyone can know, like, these are the unsung heroes. Like in this video, I'm going to let you know, okay, how you can go about kind of becoming a manager and how they truly are unsung heroes of a college basketball program. And believe it or not, have a big effect on your locker room and that final product that gets on the court. Let's get into it. So being a manager, before we even get into, okay, how do I even go about trying to become a manager, some of the duties, whether that be on the court or off the court. Little disclaimer, like I said, you might want to be a manager because you feel like, yeah, you still love basketball and you want to be around it. You want to be a part of a team, something bigger than yourself. But I will say this, do not be a manager who simply joins because they want to party, because they want to be a part of the, the basketball quote unquote clique. They want to be, seen with the basketball team, things like that, because coaches don't really realize, how much of an effect. Well, some coaches do, but there are a lot of coaches who don't realize, how much of an effect managers actually have on your team, on the in the locker room, and actually, on the product that ends up being played on the court, right? So, people don't think about it. Let's just say I'm a freshman. I'm coming into college, and I don't know anything about college. I know nothing, right? So my first couple of friends that I'm going to have will obviously be all my teammates. It'll be my teammates, but if you hoop, at some point you get tired of seeing the same dudes every single day. We in the facilities for practice, film, 8-10 hours a day. I'm tired of seeing you guys. Like, I also want to do other things on the college campus. So most likely, if I'm coming into college and I don't know anybody, who am I going to go to who already knows the campus, and knows, the away from basketball part of campus? Who am I going to go to? I'm going to go to the managers, right? I'm going to go to, hey, bro, what's going on over here? What usually happens here? Like, da-da-da-da-da. The manager is most likely going to be the person who introduces new freshmen, new people to the team, to campus, and how the campus works. And let's be honest, the party scene. So a lot of times you'll have managers who will literally, when I was a freshman, you on the back. This is when I had never done, never gone out, never went to a party, anything. I got managers coming up to me, you on the basketball team? Man, let's go out. Like, you were D1 basketball. Let's go out. You know what these da-da-da-da, what's going to happen when you go out? And this is the type of influence that managers can have on the team. Not, oh yeah, bro, let's go to the gym. Let's go party. There are managers like that. Had to say that before we really get into it. But, in terms of becoming a manager, it's similar, personally, from what I've heard, it's kind of similar to trying to become a walk-on. Maybe not as intensive as trying to become a walk-on, because trying to become a walk-on, you usually have to actually send your film, of course, to coaches, and usually there has to be some type of relationship with that staff to actually get on the roster. But with the manager, in a lot of situations, it's you have to either go into the offices, go into the basketball offices, go talk to the coaches. Maybe you get one of their phone numbers from one of the players on the team. Maybe send them a text, call them on the phone, send them an email saying, I'm very interested in becoming a manager, doing anything to help out the team, And I say that part specifically because becoming a manager is not something you do lightly. Because why I said, do anything to help out the team, because the coaches on the staff, the Dobo, anyone who needs something done, they will go to you and it will be your responsibility. So when I say anything to help the team, the responsibilities could literally mean anything, which is why I say don't try and become a manager for the wrong reasons, because I promise you it won't work out. The responsibilities that a manager has, we'll just start with the off the court first, because the on the court is kind of simple, it's kind of self-explanatory, but off the court aspect of being a manager is really where I've seen just from obviously being around managers, as you guys know, if you've seen some of my older videos, some of my closest friends in college early on were, managers and things like that. So of course I'm always hearing them, I'm hearing what's happening, oh yeah, the Double had me do this, this coach told me to do that. So I've heard some of the things that managers have to do. So off the court, when I just said it could be anything, I mean, it could be anything, like anything. Obviously, when we have road games or things like that, obviously you're going to be tasked with, usually you're going to have to go to the store to go get the snacks, the bags, coaches' bags, anything. Maybe the Dobo might need you to go run here and get this from this player, because, players will forget socks, will forget, shoes. Hey, I've seen the Dobo tell a manager, can you run to Dick's Sporting Goods, grab these shoes for this players, grab these socks. It could literally be anything. If we're actually, on campus, it could be, can you go pick up this player from here? Can you take this player here? Oh yeah, film is another thing. Yeah, can you cut these clips up for us? Can you take these clips right here and send them to this coach? Here's my external hard drive. Can you go take it to this coach's hotel room on the 12th floor when you're on the 3rd floor? It could be anything, because that's what being a manager is. When you sign up for that, you're agreeing to help out the program in any way. And in a lot of situations, there's some kind of, there are some jobs that the coaches, Dobo, somebody on the staff feels like, I don't want to say they'll feel like they're too high up to do it, but it's kind of work that they just don't want to do. So they'll delegate it down to the managers, which is why I said I would hear, sometimes, man, they want us to do all this, and that, and they want us to go pick up this player, bring him here. Then they want us to come to the office and help them with this. Then they want us to do this, which is why I'm saying, being a manager, yeah, it's cool. You get to travel, you get the polo, sit behind the bench, but there's still all this extra that goes into it, right? On the court, like I said, it's more self-explanatory, like you understand. Most of the time on the court, during practices, you'll be rebounding or, handing out waters, wiping the floor, sweat, same things that you would do in the game. Of course, one of the biggest things that a manager would have to deal with is, as a player, practice starts at 2. I'm looking around and I'm like, coach been talking. We done went through a bunch of drills. So I'm thinking, okay, it's at least 4:30. We only got 30 minutes left. So you're going to have a lot of players come up to you during practice, because you're the only person allowed to really have your phone. And some programs, managers can't have phones. But you'll have players come over, yeah, bro, what time is it? What time is it? And when that manager tells you 2:45, that pain right there, I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. But basically, like I said, the rebounding, the towels, and just being available. So for players, you're going to have players who, okay, it's midnight, it's late, or it's early in the morning. Yeah, can you get to the gym? I'm trying to shoot. Can you rebound for me? Or for the players that really want to get better, yeah, bro, like I said, practice starts at 2. Can you get there at 12:45? Can you get there at 1? Can you stay after practice? Like I said, can you rebound for me, do this, and that? Because, what I'm saying, as a manager, you're supposed to be, on call for players. That's why I'm saying it's important to have managers on your, that are in your program, that care about the program, that care about getting the program better. Because I've also had managers who you'd hit up, yeah, bro, I'm trying to go shoot. Not saying that, certain players are lazy, they can't rebound for themselves, but if there's a resource, obviously you should use it. So you should call a manager yeah, bro, I'm trying to shoot. Can you rebound for me? Oh no, nah, bro, I can't. And then you'll ask day after day, or you'll wait a little while, and every single time it'll be no with an excuse. And that's why for coaches, you really have to make sure like you're creating an environment conducive, for players getting better. The managers that are in your program, they aren't, I won't say like just as important as the players that are playing, but still you need to be putting some thought into, okay, who am I letting around my players? Because I'm telling you, any type of chirping, outside noise can easily get into your locker room, or laziness is contagious. Laziness is contagious. It will spread. So is partying. It will spread around your locker room. You don't want that. All of a sudden you start losing games. But, I'll be remiss to, talk about the manager experience without also saying that there are coaching staffs, programs that don't, treat managers, how, in my eyes, they should be treated, which is as a part of the team. It's kind of similar to the whole walk-on situation. You'll have some coaches, some programs that don't, just because they're not playing, like similar to walk-on, just because they're not playing big minutes, some coaches won't view them as that important. And to be honest, usually it ends up showing on the court in the record, because, when you're walk-ons, you feel like the walk-ons aren't important, who, help your team get better every single day in practice, and they do the scout team. So all of a sudden, if you don't treat your walk-ons right, then your walk-ons aren't really, they're going through practice half lackadaisical, which means when your team gets on the court, they've been practicing against a lackadaisical scout team, which is not who they're going to play. Managers, same thing. You want to treat your managers bad, all of a sudden managers start leaving, then you don't have rebounders for your players. Then all of a sudden, timeouts, water. You have a hard time getting water out because certain players got egos. They feel like they don't want to get water for their other teammates. So now you kind of have some tension there, just even getting waters. I've seen that happen. I'm not getting water for. I've seen that happen. Like, all of this is a trickle-down effect. So also, if you want to be a manager, I would make sure to try and find someone who'd been a manager before under that head coach, who could tell you, because there are horror stories of, some coaches who, there are coaches who ignore managers. And then there's the other side I've heard stories of coaches who will, a manager might do something wrong and he'll be like, get on the line, and you have to run and make the time. Like, there are also horror stories of coaches, having managers run as well. So I would make sure to talk to someone who's been in that program before under that coach who's been a manager, just to really see how that experience actually is. Last thing, like I said, when you are a manager, in most of the programs I've been, I can't speak for everyone, every program, I've been in a couple, but, the managers are usually treated by the players like as family. So that situation is, if you go out, if the players go out, we go get something to eat. Yeah, bro, come with. Like, that's usually what it is. So it's also pretty cool, just to, even if you aren't playing, to still be around basketball. And most of the time you are going to be hanging around the players. And there are stories of, managers who end up playing, because you will also get into some drills in practice if we need like bodies or something like that. And they show a coach something. Coach is like, wait, he can help us out in practice. Let me make him a walk-on. There are stories of that. I've actually heard, just to like end it with this, I've heard an actual story of a manager at a Power 5 school. Their head coach says he is the best defender on the roster. So what this manager does day in, day out is he's up at 5 a.m. for 6 a.m. practice, and he's practicing with the team. And he's working out with the team. And he's working out with the players, guarding them. I'm not saying he's playing, he's doing offense. No, he's guarding them like he's actually a practice player, gets in the hot tub, cold tub, basically a member of the team without being on the roster. And at some point, he probably will become a walk-on. So as I'm saying, if you really love it, you will get that opportunity at some point to get on the court. You're not going to be able to do nothing too crazy, but you never know what can happen. If you can get out there and show a coach something, maybe you can parlay that into a walk-on opportunity. You never know. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Appreciate you guys watching. Remember, if you want the one-on-one evaluations, scoreboard breakdowns, or go on the channel like these, hit the website in the description. Like I always say, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time in the next video.